There we go. Good morning, beloveds. I'm having one of those mornings where I don't feel good. I'm not sick, but I don't feel good. And honestly, I think this is life with an autoimmune. Okay? I think I overdid it. I know I overdid it this weekend. Coming off of a very heavy week at work, in the cold, and I just don't feel good. But I'm not sick. So it's one of those where I want to say make it make sense. But it does make sense in that stupid autoimmune way. So when I do these readings, part of what I do first thing in the morning, or first thing when I log on, is to kind of let you know what's going on. So then you have an idea, because how you feel changes the way you interpret readings. Okay. So that's part of the reason why I do this check-in, is so that you have an idea. Okay, she's not feeling good. It's going to change the way I read it. It's going to change the way I engage with the material, and you need to know that, because it will probably change the way you engage with the material. So I just want you to know up front, I'm not sick. I just don't feel good. So, all right. But we are doing a new design for living. And here's the really phenomenal thing about doing these daily readings is usually by the time I'm done with the reading, especially if I don't feel good when I start, I feel a whole lot better when I'm done. So it is the point of regular daily spiritual practice. It will make you feel better. I know, because it does me. So here we are. All right. Okay. So let's do the housekeeping really quickly, and then we'll get into the reading today. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. That gets you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. So if it says click here now, it will take you right to the information or the person that can help you get it. It is also a blind CC, which means nobody is going to see your email. No, you won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. When I say one a week, I mean that. It's a real person doing it. He just doesn't have time for more than that. The only reason you would receive more than one is something unusual happens, which, considering we live on the Gulf Coast, is usually weather related. So, there we are. Okay. The last thing I'll mention is the social medias, merely from the standpoint of we don't monetize the social medias. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So, what we ask you to do instead is to like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual posts by sharing, commenting, and reacting to the posts. I'm teasing Gio right now. So he's down in the sunshine, but I was trying to get him up here, and he jumped up and then jumped back down with a chirp. Let's see. Oh, and we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, Creative Life Spark across the social medias. And I'm the running Rev Ryan on all of the social medias that I am on. Oh, I'm just slurring my words today. All right. So, A New Design for Living was written towards the end of Ernest's career. It was one of his last books, if not his last book. And this book, it is the process of science of mind. I like to say that we are a religion for government paperwork, but we're really a philosophy. We're a way of life. And so that is exactly what New Design is. This is the process. This is how you do science of mind. Sorry, I'm looking for my highlighter. And today, so we are currently in chapter 7, Discovering Yourself, and we are doing Discovering New Evidence today. All right. Discovering new evidence. There is a great law of life, and aspects of it apply to every phase of our experience. Some of these we know. Of those we know, some we use to our benefit. Many more exist which we may not know or but little comprehend. And these we use to our detriment more often than for our good. But they are there, they are real, and to the extent that we can ascertain them, to that extent we should endeavor to use them to the limit of our understanding of them. Experience alone will prove to us the validity of our concept of the law and verify our proper use of it. Wow. Which is one of the reasons why he is constantly saying, try this, try this. One of the best ways to understand something is to do it or to teach it. You want to learn something? Teach. If you want to learn something. Because it forces you to have a deeper understanding. The time will come when we will discover for ourselves that the thought of hate can be just as damaging and painful as hitting our finger with a hammer. Actually, there is already good scientific evidence about that emotion, hate, because of the kind of hormones that it stimulates in the body, and then what those hormones do to the body. So, you don't have to wait. You can look it up. There is science behind it already. When we look upon our lives and perhaps find them in a rather chaotic or unhappy condition, we need to remember that here we have the evidence of law at work. At the same time, we know that such conditions can be changed through an inner action of thought. No, the mountain will probably not move for us, but we can know that we can control our thinking and our actions and reactions to life. Okay? So, and that right there is where our power lies. That really is where our power lies. It's in our reaction and our response. Okay? And one of the things that I frequently will tell you is the difference between a reaction and a response is a moment. Because a response means that you had time to think about it and choose your response. A response is a choice. A reaction is programmed. So the more work that you do on yourself, you can program reactions. And one of the other things is, and this may or may not make you feel better, is that frequently your first thought is what you've been taught. Your second thought is who you actually are. So if you do not like your first thought when something happens, then you can go back and examine that, because it's probably something that you have been taught. So you can figure out, okay, whose voice is this in my head, and change that. Which is why I say there's a difference between a reaction and a response, and that is the moment. That is the moment of thought. That is the moment where you make a choice of who you really are. Okay? So that is, like he says right here, this is where our power lies. Our power lies in our controlling our thinking and our actions and our reactions to life. And to a greater degree than most of us may realize, we can bring about a healing, a harmony of all things in our experience through aligning our thought with the fundamental reality of life, or God. We can come to believe that we are thinking centers in the one creative mind, and that according to the law of its nature, our thoughts too is creative. And if we also come to believe that there is no middleman between ourselves and us, we can get on the right track. And that's one of the things about being raised Catholic, is there were all of these saints and clergy people between me and God. And I kind of went, yeah, no, I don't need this. I don't need this. If I want to talk to God, I can go ahead and talk directly to God. I don't need a priest. I don't need a saint. I don't even need Jesus. I don't need Jesus to go talk to God. If I want to talk to Jesus, I can talk to Jesus. But I don't need Jesus to go talk to God, because if I want to talk to God, I can go talk to God. There is no middleman between you. There is nothing between you and the divine except what you put there. Except what you put there, or what you accept. So, we cannot go to another for the creation of our new design for living. The ability to plan, to design, and to build is within ourselves. Okay, that's really important there, right there. It doesn't mean that you can't ask for help. It doesn't mean that people can't assist you. It just means that you do have to do the work yourself. There's no pre-packaged that you can go buy off the universal shelves. Because if there were, then none of us would be necessary. We'd all be living each other's lives instead of our own lives. There's no pre-package. You get to do the work yourself. And that should be exciting, because it means you get to live the life you want to live. Every person will have to decide for themselves whether what they are doing and thinking is constructive, life-giving, and contains the greatest good for themselves and others. The proof of this is to be found in experience, evidenced in the design for living that has been created. All right. So that is the message for today, the lesson for today. Tomorrow we will do freedom to choose. And then we're going to do 2 for a couple of days, because they get a little shorter after that. So, yep. Discovering new evidence. That's why he says, try this. Try this. Try it out. Do the work. Road test it. See how it makes you feel. And if you don't like the results you get, try again. And as he said, the mountains might not move, but you get to control your thinking. You get to control your response. You get to control your actions. You get to control your reactions. And remember what I said. The first thing, your first reaction, is most likely who you've been taught, what you've been taught. The second thought behind that is who you really are. So don't beat yourself up about the first thought that comes to your mind when things happen. Please don't. Just be willing to look at it and go, all right, whose voice is this? And be willing to let it go if it doesn't serve you. All right, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, and a enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be almost 70 degrees here, if not 70 degrees here today. Drink plenty of water day, cuddle your fur babies day, make sure you make time to sit down day, you got this day, taking care of business day, let's get this week started off right day, good day. And if that is too much pressure, because like today for me, it may be, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move on into the process of my day. So I'm going to remind you that Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved.